G'day guys, Big V podcast here in our Youth League 2 men to be more specific as we have a look through some season predictions for 2023. Now the ladder has changed a little bit here, so we're going to go off what's happening right now, but these season predictions which came about at the start of the season, we're going to have a look at what they have sort of come to now, who has picked some of these teams in top four, and where they are placed. Now, Terrell Conference, you got Whittlesea, who are sitting on top, Albury second, Sunbury third, and Wallen fourth. Whittlesea have Chris Anstey selected, Justin Nelson, Felix Von Hoff, and Sharon Milner. 4 out of 6 to start. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a really good start. And Whittlesea, really improving in their men's program this year, both their senior men and their youth league men, led by Ethan Bateman. They're on a 4-game win streak after dropping one, but 13-3 record. They'd be pretty happy, and the predictors saw this one coming.
Absolutely. Something majority of them didn't see come was the Albury Wodonga Bandits. Tim Modern selected them all on his own, sitting second place in the Terrell Conference 5 in a row.
Yeah, 5 in a row, and looking like they're hitting some pretty good form. They started the year strong. Probably had a bit of a lull, sort of mid to early sort of phase of the season, but now they're absolutely rolling. I wonder with some of our predictors whether the split conferences based on geographic positioning, whether that may have actually influenced the decision, because a lot of them seem to pick from this Terrell Conference if you look at it a bit deeper.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was something that we didn't tell them.
That's true.
So they were sort of coming in a little bit blind here.
Yes. So they've done a remarkable job, really.
They have.
And particularly when you look at third place in the Terrell Conference, Sunbury, with all 6 of our predictors picking Sunbury to make the top 4. And Sunbury and the Owen Stevens show are looking pretty good this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they were sort of always going to be thereabouts. They've had 3 of the last 5 wins here. They dropped 2 in a row, and then I've got 1 back, sitting third, 12-4 record. They're absolutely able to get it done on the offensive side. One of the highest scoring teams across the league, so it's not an issue for them defensively. They still do a pretty good job there keeping the teams towards the lower margins.
Yeah, Sunbury seem to be this team that once they get a lead, they can absolutely pour on the points and get some big margins. And that's going to hold them in good stead come finals. But I tell you what, it could be a little bit dangerous if it's a close game and they're slightly behind. I wonder if they are able to still have that resilience to push through and get those wins.
Yeah,
those important wins.
Very good thought. Wallen, who is sitting fourth, unselected by any of our predictors here, so they've done a very, very good job to sort of shock the world in a sense, I guess you could say, if you're a predictor. But no, very, very good job from them. A 9-7 record. They haven't had an amazing last 5-game spurt, only winning just 2 of their 5. And they do have a few teams coming right behind them. They're Surf Coast, fresh into the league with a 9-8 record, sitting just behind them. Another team who sort of struggled as of late, Jesse Mbega, who was huge at the start of the season, is still having really good numbers, but probably not what he had at the start of the year.
Yeah, not quite getting him over the line, unfortunately. But it's been a good first year for Surf Coast in the league. Hopefully they can turn around these last few weeks and see if they can push for that 4th position in the Terrell Conference. And we look at the Watson Conference with Melbourne Uni, new team Melbourne Uni, sitting on top of the table, and the one and only SRC chairman, Tim Motten, saw this one coming too.
Saw this one coming. Very, very wise man.
He read the tea leaves, and and all of a sudden Melbourne Uni came to him, and he's done a really good job with this. He's picked 3 out of his 4 teams and sitting in the top 4 for his predictions.
Yeah.
And well done to him for seeing Melbourne Uni for being that strong first-year team.
Absolutely. I mean, Josh McNally's been huge for them as just that key guy with, an outrageous amount of experience playing in senior basketball and youth basketball. So he's done a very, very good job to lead this group. Nick Kiefer was big for them at the start of the season before he got injured. We haven't seen him as much as of late, but no, McNally has done a very good job to hold these guys, as is Tim Bamford, their head coach.
Yeah, for sure. We also see Mornington, who was sitting second in the Watson Conference, and Chris Anstey, the only man who was able to see this one coming, maybe had a bit of faith in the young squad.
Yeah, possibly. Mornington, another one of those teams who are in the race for finals. They had an interesting weekend. They got an upset loss, but then they made it back on the Sunday. So another team, in that race for finals. Western Potts finished third with Maccabi fourth. No selectors there, so again, shocking the world. Hopefully, we will see them in the finals.
Yeah, for sure, Ted. They'll make a strong push late.
Absolutely. That'll be all for us today, guys. Keep it locked in, Big V. We'll speak to you soon.